So I'm going to talk about adding two Mayan numbers together. And this is without converting them to sort of our decimal system or the Hindu-Arabic system. So let's jump right in. So here's how we're going to handle this. And the Mayans didn't have the plus symbol, but we're sort of mixing the old system with our new system. Okay. Just switch over to a different color for the result. Okay. Now again, I'm not going to do this. I'm not going to do this into decimal. We're just going to go ahead and do it. So remember, the bottom are the ones. Okay, so how many do I have? I have, right, you can either think of 5 and 7, but in many ways I just have 2 bars and 3 dots. So I can just do 2 bars and 3 dots, right? And this is 2 bars and 3 dots as well. Didn't intend that, but I had that. Oh my God, I wasn't thinking at all. And the top is 2 bars and 3 dots. Okay, so I just like totally wrote those down at random. I didn't mean that as 2 bars, 3 dots for each one of those. But that's an accident, right? All it is I'm just doing adding across. Okay, now for the most part, this is pretty straightforward. The thing that can happen is that you might have to, there's a couple things that can happen, is that you might need to sort of rearrange, if I have like too many dots, for example, and I need to create a bar, I'm going to call that rebundling. That's our kind of general term for switching place value type of things. Or we might get too many ones, for example. So let me do a couple of other examples. Okay, sorry about that. Standing in front of it. So we've got, so this number again, 1s, 20s, and 400s, 120s and 400s, right? And now let's go ahead and do this, right? Okay, so right now I'm not going to think too much about this. I'm just going to write some stuff down. So I've got 1 bar, right? And I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 dots. I've got 3 bars and 2 dots. And then I have 1 bar and again 7 dots. Okay. Okay, in this case, all of the, so even though this isn't written right in Mayan, I still have fewer than 20 in all of these things. So really all we need to do is I'm going to take these 5 and make it into a line, right? And those 5 and make it into a line. And so that's it on that. Okay, so that's how we can add. Let me do one more example that gets a little bit more complicated. Maybe I'll just keep that same first number. Okay, and right now all I'm going to do is just write everything down. So 1, 2, 3 lines. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'm grouping those 5 because I'm going to make a bar out of this later. 2 bars and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 dots. And then 2 bars and 4 dots. So 2 bars and 1, 2, 3, 4 dots. Okay. So the first thing, let me go, and this is just like when we do our algorithms for carrying / bundling. I'm going to start with the 1s and go up. I'm going to take these 5 and make a bar. Right? Okay, and then what I realize, if you want to think about this in our system, that's 22. That's too many, but what we can do is I can take that bundle and go up and make that a 20. So down here, 4 bars is 20. Up here, 1 dot represents 20. Okay? So up here, I've got, again, 5. So I'm going to make that a bar. And then we're good with that. So the only other thing I might do is just redraw this to make it a little bit more clear. Okay? I have 2 dots. I have 3 bars and a, sorry, 1 dot. And then I have 2 bars and 1, 2, 3, 4 dots. Okay, so that's how to do that. Let me just talk a little bit briefly about what's going on. So a couple of things about this. So we talked about a little bit about Mayan before. So it's base 20, but it's place value, just like our system. And so this bundling works exactly the same way, or the carrying, if you kind of remember that kind of style. And so what you need to do is, again, all we're doing is adding across the sort of levels, which are the place values here. And then if you get too many, right, this represents 22, which is bigger than 19, the biggest number I can put in one of these, I need to bundle and put up. Okay. So this is kind of the point, is to just go, oh, hey, there is this other system that's not like ours because it's using lines and dots, but it is like ours in that it uses place value. So, okay, so hopefully that gives you some good sense of addition with the Mayan numbers.